Is there anyone cooler than Athena? I think not. Kiara, what's up, sickos? It's me, Big Spestet, and this is Don't Call Me Diva, where we only talk women's wrestling. I run down the weekly matches of AEW ROH's women's division. We learn about the wrestlers who face them also, which is a lot of fun. We live in the world of kayfabe here in Divaville. So remember that. We discuss lore, we make up lore, we fantasy book, we make up songs, we waffle off on tangents, and that's the kind of shenanigans you can expect from Don't Call Me Diva. It's episode 19 of the show. Can you fucking believe it? Why, if you need to know why I am here doing all these shenanigans, go check out episode 1 in our playlist. Alrighty, are you ready to get into it, my friends? Wouldn't you frickin' believe it? The indie god herself, Shotzi Blackheart, has actually broken her arm. But do not fear, people. She is not stopping and will still be wrestling all of her dates, which I love. It is so wrestling. She's even got indie god on her cast. It's so carny. You gotta love it. She is facing the other Sir wrestling god, Mr. Matt Cardona, and something somewhat. Don't quite know the details on that one. Hikaru Shida has debuted new gear on her Instagram. Go check it out. It is a Dragon Rising inspired look and it's beautifully unique. And I think she is still unfortunately in visa purgatory at the moment, which I could imagine could be quite a frustrating thing at the moment in time. If I remember correctly, also Hikaru Shida makes all of her gear, so I haven't double checked on this, but ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if she's made this gear. So go check her out because she's awesome. We love Hikaru Shida. We miss you, Hikaru. Hopefully you can get your visa stuff sorted out soon. Good luck with all of that. Yay! Do you know what it's time for, people? It's for real this time. No more side in shenanigans, no more fitting in weird words that don't even fit into it and ruin the whole flow of the entire thing. You ready to sing it with me? Bring the boom, shake your boobs, it's dynamite. Oh, it's so much better when you get to say the whole thing properly. We are in Kent, Washington. Hello, Kent. And we come into Dynamite within the first few seconds of the show, actually. The world champion, Timeless Carmen Dick Tracy San Diego, and her impeccably dressed butler, Luther, are striding towards us backstage. Timeless is in full Technicolor, wearing the red trench coat and matching red hat, black gloves, pants, and suspenders over a white top, lipstick matching the red of her outfit. Mwah! Perfectly. All of a sudden, Monet comes running in from stage right and shoves Luther into the world champion, using one's butler against oneself. Naughty. Monet is in her black and gold battle gear with the matching cowboy hat that she wore for her match against La Catalina at Fantastica Mania. The TBS champion throws Timeless into the solid, road gear cases, and Tony bounces off them headfirst and sprawls onto the ground. Beat. Mercedes grabs her by the hair and slams her into another one. Tony Storm has disrobed herself from the trench coat but cannot remove Mercedes. With a fistful of world champions here, Monet turns to the camera. I don't want to be involved. Welcomes us to Dynamite and then drags Tony Storm through the curtains to the outer arena area. We switch cameras and Mercedes shoves the Timeless one flying to the ground. She stomps on her back, grabs her head, and then slams it into the floor. This is rather rude, madame. The whole arena appropriately booze. A member of staff hands the TBS champion a mic and gets shoved to the ground from Monet. Monet has some quite unhinged words for the timeless one, and it really does sound like Mercedes is going quite mad. But I've said this before. Mercedes puts her submission, the statement maker, on Tony, but cannot lock the arm due to them both wrestling about on the ground. This is not kind of the crazy I was, talking about, but Mercedes almost has a smothering choke on Tony. She's doing like a oh yeah, she's doing the statement maker, but it's like whoop, way up onto her fucking face. Ah. Anyway, and finally, the horde of refs come out to break this up along with a Christopher Daniels, but no one physically breaks them apart just yet. Mercedes is lucky she does finally release the world champion because as quick as she can in those tiny heels, and those were quite quick. Little Miss Mina comes running out from behind and stands in front of the timeless one, stopping Monet from coming any closer. She staunches out the TBS champion, daring her to bring it on. The refs deal with backing Monet away from the world champion, while Luther Daniels and Mina tend to Tony Storm. After going on about the teeny tiny heels, totally forgot to write that I was talking about Mina. So excuse me for the little whoop in that little explanation right there. They were just so tiny and she moved so quickly. My brain just went. Mercedes declares right into the mic, let the games begin. And I hope she knows of whom she will be awakening. It's 11 days-ish from this recording until y'all in, folks. To my future self, who is currently or has already watched y'all in by now, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, me. The remarkable in baby pink Renee Paquette is getting the scoops from an AR Fox, but they are very quickly interrupted by the only bald man in AEW, Bald O'Shea. Now, Renee really should have had more sympathy for the foxy fella because she just smirks and gives him a cheeky little good luck, and we fade away from AR Fox's face of how the fuck did I get here? I don't know, sir. But good luck. Our only women's match of this four-way for the number one spot in the casino gauntlet match. There has only been one casino gauntlet match in the women's division so far, and that was held at the beginning of this year at Maximum Carnage on Dynamite. The winner of that one faced Mariah May for the world title at Grand Slam Australia. I wonder who that was. Sidebar. It was also the show that has the infamous promo that occurred between MJF and Double J, where they degraded themselves in the middle of the ring with lame misogyny takes on sex workers. Shame those. Chris Statlander won the four-way for the number one spot in that match. So I wonder if luck will be on her side to win this one. As this is a women's wrestling show created for the sole purpose of shining a light on AEW's amazing women's roster, I would like to point out that you cannot blind me to the lack of women talent in this match with flashy intros and a four-way. No matter how delightfully kinky that might sound, I don't want my job to be easier. I want to be buried under a mountain of content with just my tippy-tappy fingers free to write it all out. Okay? You have been warned, sir. Moving on. There is a maximum of 21 wrestlers in a gauntlet match. If you can defeat your opponent as the first competitor before the next person, like the third person technically, is sent out, you can win the match right there, fully like in a singles match. You win by a pin or submission, but people are sent out to you at randomish intervals. For the first one, beat. We had 7 wrestlers come out before a winner, and there were some spicy words on the threadles after that one. It was a great fucking match, but it was really, really short, and the men's one just went on forever. And we got mad about it. So you have been warned, sir. The winner of that one was Rockstar Tony Storm. This was before her amazing, like, grand reveal of it was a ruse in the Deities Place episode. She rolled Julia up in her teeny tiny small package after Hart blasted Harley Cameron in the face with the black mist. So she has been sprayed in the face with the black mist and overcame said black mist. Now, considering she already had like dastardly dealings, like, with the QT Marshall TV thing and the Outcasts, that shows a lot of heart from Harley Cameron's babyface character to overcome this black mist, which is quite honorable of her. Bravo. Willow is the only other who was able to overcome the black mist with her goodness inside of her. So, well done, ladies. Well done. As we all know, Sky Blue got a right to the face and she was fucked. The first to come out to the ring in transition, Dark Stat. She walks to the ring, which is bathed in dark blue light in her grey and black and white decal battle gear. And she is like a solid muscle frame of seriousness. Her gear is like quite unique. Like I want to describe it as like a leotard chap leg kind of situation, but that doesn't really paint like the most appealing picture. So go look. Next is the forever champ herself, the fallen goddess, ROH world champion Athena. And what a happy champion she is today, dressed in shiny Y2K cyberpunk battle, like jacket gear of awesomeness. Billy Starks is accompanying her to the ring, and our smiley, spinny ROH world champion walks confidently to the ring and battle poses on the ropes with her stunning title belt just like shining in the arena lights. No more spinny belt. Are we done with spinny belt? Maybe we're done with spinny belt. Maybe it's time for serious Athena. She puts spinny belts away. Who knows? Have I mentioned how much I love Athena today? Just putting it out there again. Next out is hero of the locker room, Willow Nightingale. The whole arena erupts, and Willow comes out in her top tier happiest mood ever, and it's claps in time to the music all around. Willow is rocking her red and gold battle gear, and it's such a great look on her. She can pull off like any color, really. She's quite gorgeous like that. The final wrestler's music hits, and it's Thunder Rosa, the wrestler with the most remixes of her battle song in current history, aka she has her OG music back again. I really like that last mix up of it. Jiminy Crickets. Thunder Rosa is rocking dark purple and white cowboy style battle gear. It's very, very cool with the appropriate tassels and sparkles everywhere. Thunder Rosa is pumped, and so is the crowd. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna say honestly that like Willow is like the most over baby face in the company, but to be freaking honest, I'd say her and like Thunder are pretty fucking even for that like title. Completely like, leaving out like all the champions and stuff, like just, like the other women in the division. Like, it's awesome. I love to see it. Everyone is on their feet for these entrances. We even have a special sicko in the crowd who has great seats, by the way, and took some awesome photos that you can see on their threads. And it's the one and only at iBlade Daily. Give him a follow and check out the pod, sit down, shut up, mark out. You know the shimmy shammies. If anyone's having a birthday, it means that it's him. So always wish him a happy birthday. He's about 1,000,005 about now. Athena is messing around with Crit Statlander in the ring and is using her as a human shield to talk shit behind her back. Not because she needs to, but because I get a sense she's doing this because it's just fun. And I would not be surprised if she pushes Stat into Willow to like cause some shit when the bell rings. Thunder Rosa and Willow enjoy a respectful handshake with each other, and I got to admit, Stat seems a lot more standoffish considering she is in the ring across from Willow for the first time since that, like, getting it all out there, like, street fight. Still very awkward. The bell rings. Athena keeps herself behind Stat, even slightly pushing her forward towards Rosa and Willow. Athena is such a shit, and I love her for it. She scampers around Stat and slaps Willow in the face. It's so freaking dastardly. Athena runs back around Stat and puts an arm around her shoulders, like, hey, casually, like, confrontational from all over the place. Willow took that sneaky slap like a champ, though, but Thunder is furious. Stat ends up pushing Athena forward and she goes face first into a pump kick from Rosa. And then Stat puts the dazed Forever Champ on her shoulders for a very smooth Samoan drop. Athena rolls her butt out of that ring and plumps to the floor in front of Billy Starks. But it is in no way the land of safety as Willow follows her through the ropes and cannonballs onto Athena off the apron. I would like to point out that Billy got the fuck out of there and left Athena alone to take that hit. I mean, self-preservation, of course, but still. In the ring, Thunder Rosa and Stat were engaging in violence. They were dominating the ring. Even Willow gave them space and decided to stay out of the ring and pump up the crowd, which is fair. The fluid motion of which Chris and Thunder worked together, trying to take the other one down. But their clash of skills were like making it very difficult for them, and it was so mesmerizing to watch. It was a gorgeous display of wrestling that was brought to an end by Thunder, who beautifully counters the Cazadora by twisting her body and takes Chris down for the first pin of the match. Willow sees this, gets swiftly into the ring into the nick of time and breaks up that pin. Willow manhandles Chris and hooks her through the ropes to the apron. Athena has exploded into the ring and takes Thunder down with a Hurricane Rana. Willow sprints at Athena and wows the crowd by taking her down with a Hurricane Rana, which Athena expertly cartwheels out of, but she then takes a moment to recover in the corner. Chris gives Willow a mild forearm to the chest, still very tentative and physically getting up, like clashing with her. And Willow retreats to another corner. Chris must have been battling something inside her head, really at this time. Willow is still giving off the vibe that she is, done with being bothered about Stat. And this is a pure battle so far. Athena comes in to hit Chris with a back kick, but Stat catches her thigh. Athena quickly uses this to her advantage and twists her body around Chris's grip, head scissors Stat, and takes her down with another Hurricane Runner. Athena gets to her feet with a battle cry, and the crowd goes nuts because it was fucking gorgeous and so fluid. All of her opponents are in separate corners now. Athena gets a plan and runs full force at Thunder Rosa with a back body slam, sprints at Stats and clocks her with an elbow, turns to Willow and handspring elbows Willow in the mush. Athena gives us a chair and thrusts both arms up into the air. Athena captivates the audience. She owns seriously whatever ring she is in, no matter who she faces in combat. Athena climbs the ropes with theatric flair, but before she can hit the move, Stat bites her in the face with ferocity. Chris climbs up the middle rope up to the middle rope Imagine climbing up the middle rope. They'd be like wearing sideways. Someone used to do that, didn't they? I'm getting off case. And sets up Athena for an extra spicy German suplex. Thunder Rosa stops Chris from pulling off the move, which, as I ponder on now, doesn't really make battle sense because both wrestlers would have been fooked from that move, and she just could have attempted a pin on either of them. But who am I to say what makes battle sense when it is not I in the said battle? Presumptuous whom's? Not I. Thunder Rosa climbs on the middle rope next to Stat and connects herself to this German suplex. Willow sees this and thinks, I can powerbomb all of that, and powerbomb all of that she does. In one fluid motion, Willow brings all the women crashing down to the mat, and no amount of flailing from Billy can stop Athena from being flung down to the mat with a thuddering crash. The crowd has lost their shirt, and Willow takes a moment to give us a gun show before picking Athena to cover first, which is fair. With a winning smile of a Colgate commercial, Willow pins the ROH World Champion, but Athena kicks out with ease because it was quite the lax pin, Missy. I get we're being cute, but come on. Willow tries harder the second time to pin Stat, but Stat easily powers at it too by now. Lastly, Willow tries to pin Thunder Rosa, but she chills on that cover again, and Thunder Rosa kicks out it too. Athena rolls her butt out of the ring, so out of Thunder and Stat, Willow goes to focus on Thunder. She puts Thunder in the corner and the crowd count along as Willow hammers in forearms to Thunder Rosa. Stat gets to her feet and breaks up the flurry in the corner. But as quick as lightning, Willow spins around and chops the living shite out of Stat, who is brought down to her knees. Willow takes Stat by the hair and leans her up against Thunder, who is still in the corner. Willow goes back to what she was doing before being rudely interrupted and hammers in forearms to now Stat and Thunder. The crowd begin their count again, and with the final 10, Willow takes a run up and body slams both wrestlers. Willow is having some fun hurting people. Only in wrestling can you say that about a good guy. Both wrestlers collapse to the mat. Willow signals for her running cannonball, but all of a sudden, Athena springs back into the ring and takes Willow out. A small YOSH-like moment from the Forever Champ, and then she is hoisted up onto Willow, onto her shoulders, and drops Willow onto her knees for one of her finishes, the despicable knee. Athena is feeling the win is close and pins Willow, but the pin will get broken up by Stat at the last moment. Willow rolls out of the ring, and Athena takes a moment to shake off that hammer fist to the back of her head. Thunder Rosa gets to her feet, and the two wrestlers stand face to face in the middle of the ring and exchange elbow shots until Thunder thinks, fuck this ain't working, kicks Stat in the worm and DDTs her onto the mat. She then goes for the pin, but Stat powers at it too, and Thunder Rosa almost takes flight from that one. Thunder decides to give her future opponent Athena a try, but Athena engages Stone Mode and blocks Thunder Rosa's attempt at a power move. Athena throws Thunder in the corner and plants her there with shoulder tackles. Athena gets fancy with it and back rolls up for a run. Thunder decides to give her future opponent Athena a try, but Athena engages Stone Mode and blocks Thunder Rosa's attempt at her power move. Athena throws Thunder into the corner and plants her there with shoulder tackles. Athena gets all fancy with it, back rolls up for a run up, but instead of spearing Thunder in the corner, she finds no Thunder there at all and missiles herself into the steel ring posts, which are square, by the way. Goodness gracious. Oh, sidebar. This is a gross sidebar too, by the way. During one of the Daily Places matches, Cash Wheeler ripped his inner arm open on like a turnbuckle spot, like right. I have no idea how he freaking did it. It like his flesh just got caught on like something metal. It was gnarly in like the gross sense, not the good sense. It was like, blah. Oh my God. Like it was probably like apart from like, like wrestlers landing like with their limbs going funny. I think that's like the most grossest, like for real, like thing I ever saw. That dude was out for ages. Like fair enough. Fucking Dax was like worried. It was a whole fucking real moment. Like for real, real. Huh? Okay, I feel actually a little sick after that. Okay, moving on. Thunder Rosa drags the fallen goddess into the middle of the ring and goes for a pin, but is denied. Thunder Rosa decides to torture Athena for a while with a camel clutch double fish hook combo. Absolutely illegal. Thunder takes her fingers out of Athena's mouth and hammers the side of her face. But Athena is done with all of this and gets to her feet, keeping Thunder Rosa on her back, though. Thunder really should have let go because Athena holds her head in place and then drops down on her butt, giving Rosa a jawbreaker. She cannot capitalize on this, though, and both wrestlers are laid out on the mat. In the background, Willow and Stat emerge from behind the ring, almost connected at the forehead, like they do like a good old Don't Call Me Diva special. Come in here, Penelope. Oh, she won't come down with me. She's stuck where she is. But like one of those like and there they were, but like connected by their foreheads. They both go like to headbutt each other, and then they just collapse back down to the floor again from whence they came. Back in the ring, Athena and Thunder Rosa get to their feet. Thunder plows through Athena with two clotheslines and then a drop kick. Thunder Rosa soaks up all the applause from the crowd because they are just going crazy after this flurry. Athena gets to her feet and yoinks Thunder Rosa out of the air as she runs at her for a crossbody. Athena engages strong as fuck mode, hefts Thunder over her head onto her shoulders, and then slams Thunder Rhoda. Rhoda? Thams, slim. Thams. She is thamming Runda Thoza. Okay? And scoops her up onto her shoulders and then steadies herself in the middle of the ring, having some sort of plan in mind. But it is thwarted by a quick thinking Thunder who turns it into a crucifix bomb and squishes Athena up for a tight pin. But Athena uses the power of her legs and she kicks out. Athena and Thunder get to their feet, connected at the forehead this time, but all of a sudden Chris and Willow get into the ring and lift both of them up onto their shoulders. Holy shit. Willow has Athena in an electric chair and she quickly changes it into a firearms carry, slams Athena down to the mat with her bay breaker, while Stat gives Thunder Rosa an electric chair face buster. The crowd has also become electric and Willow and Stat soak it up before turning to face each other. This is the moment we have all been waiting for quite some time, and they have some stiff words for each other, but then quickly engage in a brutal dance of strength and violence. They get stopped only by a sharp elbow from Willow to Stat's face. Athena, who has been down but still in the ring, springs into action and takes advantage of this and pushes Willow into Chris. Athena puts Willow in a front headlock, and then Stat tries to break that up, but walks right into a pump kick to the gut from Athena. Athena puts Stat in a front headlock as well, and now she has both of them in prime double suplex spot. But instead of pulling it off, it is she who gets suplexed by the Willow and the Stat. They're still working together, Like, maybe Dark Stat's a ruse. Who knows? Maybe she's trying to lure in the Death Riders with her perceived darkness. And then she's going to like infiltrate them from, the middle, starting off with choking out fucking Yuta for the last and final time. That's an interesting ponder there, Bixie. Well done. You're welcome, Bix. Anytime. I'm always here. Are you here? Sometimes. Thunder Rosa is scampered up to the top rope at the perfect moment. She flies at both Willow and Stat and knocks them down with a shotgun dropkick. The crowd goes nuts. Thunder pulls off her cazadora into a double stomp onto Willow and goes for the pin, but Willow kicks out at 2. Athena is back to her feet and she runs at Thunder Rosa, who will be challenging her for her title soon, by the way. And those two trying to get the other into devastating moves, but at the last moment, both just easily counter out of it. After a sunset flip from Thunder that was meant to go into a pin, Athena rolls through and deadlifts Thunder up onto her shoulders, and she positions herself to slam Thunder Rosa to the mat. Stat has a running start up from the ropes. She wants to try and take them both out, but Athena keeps moving, obviously not wanting that to happen because she knows if Stat runs into her with this move, she's going to fucking be in trouble as well. But Stat finally manages it and she pushes Thunder, which causes Athena to crumble down to the mat with Thunder now on top of her, which is exactly what Athena was trying to avoid the entire time. Stat flips over Thunder, bringing her head with her, and Stat slams the back of Rosa's head down onto the mat. Willow yoinks Athena. Chris comes at her, but Athena kicks her away. She cannot break away from Willow's grasp and gets side slammed down to the mat with authority, unfortunately. Willow goes for the pin, but it will be broken up by Thunder's feet being drop kicked into Willow's boobs. Ow. Why was that necessary? 3 are down, and Stat lets out a battle cry before running at Thunder Rosa. But Thunder Rosa thinks fast and toe trips Stat into the ropes. Stat lands on the bottom rope, and Thunder calls on the crowd for extra oomph. Thunder gives us, it's Thunder time! And I think it's this. I think it's this. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it easy and fluidly on camera. That's the last time I'm going to try. I feel like a fool. Runs to the opposite ropes from Stat and then plows through her with a running missile dropkick. Thunder signals to the crowd and runs to the ropes again, but this time Athena yoinks Thunder's feet from underneath her and pulls Rosa out of the ring and pancakes her face first to the floor. Athena yells at Billy and she scampers off to get her championship. But before Billy can run back with it, Thunder has turned the tides on Athena and sends her crashing into the steel stairs. Thunder grabs a handful of Athena's hair and pulls her up those same stairs. Thunder has dangerous plans, but Athena puts a stop to it with a chop to the throat and then sets her up for her own dangerous move. With a quick look over her shoulder, Athena suplexes Thunder from the top of the stairs and both of them crash down onto the floor. Back in the ring, Stat is on the mat, leaning up against the corner turnbuckle, and Willow comes running at her full speed and crush Stat with a cannonball. With a battle cry, Willow grabs a handful of Stat's hair and pulls her out of the corner. Willow goes to give Stat her finisher, Babe with the powerbomb, but Stat grabs Willow's thigh and blocks it. All of a sudden, Marina and all 8 of her abs come stomping down to the ring. Willow notices her instantly. We pan back to the ring, and fucking Yuta is in the ring, stalking up behind Willow. It's a 4-way, so the ref can't really do shit about this. While Marina holds Willow's attention, Yuta sneaks up closer and then whips Willow around. Used to the Death Riders' shenanigans, Willow is prepared and she shoves Yuta into the ropes and then takes him out with a pounce. This sent the crowd into an eruption of cheers! Woohoo! Stat gets to her feet, lines up Willow with malice in her eyes. Stat grabs Willow, flips her over, and nails her with Saturday Night Fever. And Chris Statlander wins the second 4-way for the number 1 entrance into the casino gauntlet match. Let's see if this will give her better luck than last time. If she wins a 3rd time, they're going to have to name this event after her. The 4-way Chris Statlander match for the... Anyway, I don't name things. Anyway, we can see the expression on Marina's face, and it's nothing but evil satisfaction. She pushes down a broken fucking Yuta who has come to her for help. And this amused me quite greatly. She does finally help him to the back. And we fade out on a perplexed Stat, if I'm honest. We see Marina and her stilettos one last time at the end of the show because Death Rider and Young Buck shenanigans. Eh, they take out the people's cowboy and they will have their revenge. So yeah, it was only match of Dynamite. Bit annoying because there were certain segments that I personally would have taken out, but I am not the creator of the show. I am just a watcher of the show, so all I can do is make my show. Make my own show. um After that four-way, though, Athena was very furious with Billy and Red Velvet. She was giving them a stripping down. And to be honest, like, I don't really think neither of them gave a fuck. Like, Red Velvet didn't really seem bothered. And Billy, I don't know where Billy's like mind is in like regards to like, yes, Athena, I will follow you into a volcano kind of thing. So it's interesting to see what would happen. If they do, if like everyone does turn on Athena, like she totally brought it on herself. But that's just because she's brilliant. She's just so talented, and just no one can keep up with how awesome she is. Right now, we are going to explode into collision with jets of fire erupting from the stage. After an emotional beginning to the show, we slide in as the patriarchy come down to the ring. Mother Wayne is doing me the personal favor of styling herself in all black again. Thank you very much. This evening, the outfit is topped off with thigh-high red boots. Mother Wayne almost has a physical altercation with the angriest apple, but Kip quickly jumps in between them as Mother Wayne yells, "You would never hit a woman, a mother! You would never hit a mother!" Maybe he would. Perhaps not a mother, but maybe a motherfucker. The family of Cage are victorious, and Mother Wayne is a proud lady. They get stopped backstage by MVP, though, but we are moving quickly on. After an outstanding match between the fabulous Brody Fuck Ice King and Templario versus Rocky Romero and Hechicero. Hey, look at this game out then. We have a Monet Productions promo from the CEO. A highlight reel of all the matches she has had in just 1 year. But not to be outshined, the Timeless World Champion has her own blockbuster cinematic promo. But before we can even get into it, a deranged woman smashes the projector with a bat. Mercedes is that deranged woman, and she is in a dark corner of a theater. She walks to the couch with all of her belts displayed and takes a seat. 4 belts. Oh, no, yeah. 4 boats, a jet ski, and a catamaran, Monet is highly confident in her abilities to take Tony's title from her. She is still her wonderful self, but there is some scary seeping through, and I wanted to see Crazy Monet, but I forgot that that could also include axe murder. Crazy. Yep. Don't blame me. We fade in from the break to a pacing world champion, delicious Mina Shirakawa, and a very concerned Luther. They are being interviewed by a serious, curious Lexi, who is lovely in green this evening. A frazzled and pissed Timeless grabs Lexi's hand and the mic and delivers her statement directly down the camera to Mercedes Monet. Before she can go too far, though, Mina stops her world champion to ask her, no matter what, do not interfere with her TBS title match between her and Mercedes Monet. It was hard for her to do, but Tony finally agrees, but asks Mina to at least leave her some scraps. Next, we fade to the ring for the entrance of Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. I love this time of the evening. Megan will be having a one-on-one with the Vert Vixen, who has been on AEW telly before, but we haven't spoken about her yet, so let's dive in, shall we? Vert Vixen is quite the belt collector herself. She currently holds the BTW Women's Championship, New Texas Pro Women's Champion, RWA Women's Champion, and she's one half of the Sabotage Tag Team Champions with Prince Adam. And up until about 5 days ago, as of writing this, she was also the Spark Joshi Pacific Champion. She is from Lake Forest, California, and has been wrestling for 6 years. Vixen's battle gear is a beautiful white, black, and pink and purple two-piece, and she has a gorgeous raspberry fade into purple in her hair. She has a long history in Washington with Defy Wrestling, and as we will get into, the crowd know who they want to win. TK may be in slight trouble with Ken Washington over this one. Their music hits and Penelope walks out to the entrance stage first. Penelope is wearing a light brown colored bustier with black detailing and her awesome black PV pants and boots. I cannot see a bustier like normally. It just doesn't come out of my mouth normally. It just has to be said that way. Megan Bain follows her in cream, black, and gold battle gear that complements Penelope's outfit perfectly. Stage one of this iconic entrance complete, and they make their way down to the ring as fire erupts from behind. As Vert Vixen is introduced, they get into the ring and complete stage two of Awesome Entrance. They both radiate gold in this moment. Penelope helps the Megasis with her headdress and robe, mocking the ref, and gets out of the ring with Bane's. Oh, wow, Bane stretches. I was going to say with Bane stretches. Bert Vixen doesn't seem. Imagine if Bane brought like stretchers down to the ring, like already being like, I'm gonna like fuck you up so much they're gonna have to stretch you out of here. What a flex. Bert Vixen doesn't seem at all afraid and limbers herself up a bit as well. There we go. She was the Defy Women's Champion for about 500 and almost 60 days. So it's fair to say she has the home advantage here. But as soon as that bell rings, the Megasis explodes and knocks Vic Vixen back into the corner with a powerful shotgun drop kick. That was very smart, Megasis. She then gives Vic Vixen a few rough shoulder tackles to the gut in the corner. A double chop to the chest, and then Bane whips Vic Vixen into the opposite corner ferociously. Ferociously? Yeah, we'll go with that. A battle cry unleashes from the Megasis, and she body splashes out all of the air in Vic Vixen. She then deals her more damage with a lovely butterfly suplex that causes a cry of pain to explode out of Vic Vixen as she lands heavy on the mat. Bane is having a great time and gives us a little smile to the camera. Megan boots Vixen disrespectfully in the head like a bully, and that causes the crowd to ramp up the Vixen chants. It helps, and Vert Vixen gets to her feet. She clocks the Megasis in the face with a swift and powerful kick to the side of the head. Bane still eats that kick, though, and she slowly turns her face to Vert Vixen. Vert is still wobbly from the destruction Megan has already caused, and she gets knocked down further by a Megasis forearm. Megan lets out a battle cry from the depths and lines Vixen up. The Washington crowd can see what their girl from Defy has coming, and they are not happy about it. Vert Vixen comes out of the corner to face Bane, but because she is still not afraid, but she gets plowed through by Megan's flying lariat. Megan Bane, Missy, name your flying lariat, please. It's more devastating when done by you, and it deserves its own name in honor of that, okay? Like I said, I ain't great with like naming other people's shit, right? But like, Hammer of the Goddess, Fate's Hammer, Bane's an aeroplane. She hoists Vert Vixen onto her shoulders, battle cries, bow down, and gives a fate's descent to Vert Vixen. Vert Vixen gets smooshed up in a 60 pin, and she is pinned for the 3. Kent is pissed. That was Megan's 5th singles win in a row and her 9th win on Collision. Penelope leans in real close to the camera and tells us, and that's why everyone should bow down. And yes, I take a moment to zone out and think about what I just saw, and then I remember I have to keep running this, and here I am. The Vixen did her best for this being her first match against the Mega Sis. You know, the second time they fight, she will be more prepared. Okay. Hi, Anthony Bowens. Bye, Anthony Bowens. Happy Pride, Anthony Bowens. Mwah. We get a killer promo from Alex Windsor. She is cute as fuck and badass. I can't wait for her to start challenging the amazing women's roster in the locker room. A dark blue descends on the arena, which can only mean one thing. Sky Blue is on her way to the entrance ramp. She will be facing the one and only Queen Aminata. I've just noticed, in tribute to your girl, of course, Arkady Aura, the ring announcer for Collision, is looking gorgeous in all black this evening. I love to see it, ladies. Smoke shoots out of the darkness as Sky Blue walks out from Satan's entrance, and I honestly can't help my brain from associating the term Satan's entrance as Satan's vagina for like the tiniest moment. And I either got to just ignore the intrusive thoughts, stop saying it, or the most likely outcome, just continue to giggle about it in my head for a split second and let them move on. You probably didn't need to know all of that. Blue walks out to the middle of the entrance stage, twirls with her perfect form as her black cape swells beautifully around her. Her sister in darkness, the incredible Julia Hart, joins her. They lock hands and walk confidently to the ring. Julia is in all black because, you know, she's my girl. She has a giant belt, which I love, long black pants, which is slightly bootlegged, and a mesh long sleeve top. Sky Blue's hair is so freaking cool. I absolutely adore it because it is huge. She has so much hair and it's so long and it just adore. I love myself some big hair. She has it up in like two high half like pigtails as well, and with her gorgeous blue crystal crown and her kick-ass blue and black with mesh straps and everything battle gear. She just looks amazing. She battle poses on the ropes, and then Queen Aminata's music hits. The very familiar beats of Queen Aminata's music fills the arena, and we shake our hips involuntarily because it is a bop. Excuse fucking me. Queen Aminata has new gear, people, and it takes my breath away, like literally. It's gorgeous. Her long off the shoulder robe is dark blue, but when you look closer, a rainbow of shimmer is in it. The one and only's battle gear is a darker blue with silver tasseled trim, and everything shimmers with appropriate wrestling sparkles and then some. The queen is in a great mood and full of confidence as she walks out to the ring, as she should. Sky Blue is staring her down, giving her a mocking little wave as Julia Hart smiles devilishly behind her. The queen battle poses in the middle of the ring, and everything is wonderful in the world. We are about to get an amazing women's wrestling match, and I could not be happier. Three of my faves are now right in front of me, so I mean, I'm a fan of everyone in the current division, but, you know, we're just talking about these ones right now. It's like when you say, you know, obviously your cat is the best cat in the world, or your dog is the best dog in the world. But when you meet other animals, they're the best dog or said cat in the world too. It's just in the moment doesn't mean that yours isn't also the best in the world. You know, you get me. Queen. I had a side thought. My brain went bloop, but we're back. Queen Aminata overpowers Sky Blue and then gets her in a waist lock, very strong waist lock. But Sky's quick thinking turns the move into a roll up, and Queen Aminata finds herself very quickly into a pin that she must now kick out of. Queen Aminata runs the ropes, but Sky is quick to turn them in. Oh, she is quick to turn into a speed bump. And when Aminata bounces off the other side, she loses momentum due to Julia Hart giving her a cheeky little toe trip. The ref gives her a warning, but literally no one is listening to him. Queen Aminata is too focused on giving Julia a warning herself. And when she turns around back to Blue, Blue clocks her in the face with a high kick. I paused the video to type this out, and when I looked up at the screen, Sky Blue's foot and Queen Aminata's face were like one. It was quite the thing. The one and only is on the ropes, and Sky Blue uses those ropes to knee Queen Aminata in the face with a rising knee strike. Queen Aminata is dazed, and Sky Blue goes for another cover. The queen is not that dazed, though, and she kicks out at one. Like, how dare you? Sky Blue mounts Queen Aminata and hammers down onto her head. The queen tries to roll away, but Sky Blue won't let her and drags her to her feet by the hair. Queen Aminata thought that was very rude and clocks Blue in the face with a stiff forearm. Sky smirks at the hit and replies with a sharp slap across the face, which gets an instant reply back. A couple of heavy exchanges gets put to rest when Queen Aminata uses her length to hold Sky Blue back and gives her multiple slaps to the head. A crack in the skull with Queen's crown, and Sky Blue rolls under the ropes to the apron. Queen Aminata is not finished, though, and has plans. She runs to Sky Blue to give her a pump kick through the ropes, but this was Sky's plan all along, apparently, and counters that kick with a stiffed forearm to the face. Sky Blue pulls Aminata out onto the apron with her, but the Queen senses danger and tries to take Sky out before she can do anything. But Sky's quick reactions uses this to her advantage, and she sidesteps Aminata, slams her down face first onto the hardest part of the ring as she goes, and oh, that looked nasty. Sky Blue has more dangerous plans in mind, and all Queen Aminata can do is just protest until Sky takes her out with a hanging, swinging net breaker off the apron to the floor, which I honestly don't think I have seen being done before. Like, obviously, it's usually done off the ropes. But yeah, off the apron onto the floor. Oh, Queen Aminata falls straight down onto her neck and her whole body folds over. Julia Hart is right there and she is very pleased. Sky Blue mounts the one and only again, unleashes her rage out on the Queen Aminata while screaming out a blood-curdling battle cry. The Queen cannot get to her feet, but Sky Blue is here to help in some kind of way. She leans Queen Aminata up against the guardrail and then chops the life back into her. The Queen felt that in her soul. Sky goes to give her another, but Queen Aminata is like, no, thank you, and turns the tables on Blue. Now it is she who is up against the guardrail and receives a spicy chop to the chest. Queen Aminata rolls Sky Blue back into the ring, but instead of continuing the beatdown, the Queen gets rocked with a quick jawbreaker from Blue. Sky pushes Queen Aminata into the corner and repeatedly stomps down on the Queen with full fury. Sky Blue backs off and engages in conversation with the ref so as to get his attention away from the dastardly deed Julia Hart is doing. I'd scold her, but I value my life as an uncursed person. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Not even the crowd are very helpful. Those boos weren't giving the ref a clue as to what could be going on, and they get away with the entire ruse. Queen Aminata tries to come back with some stiff shots to the gut of Sky, but Sky regains control and snaps Queen Aminata over for the snappiest suplex that side of the equator. We get a pin from Sky, but is strongly denied at 1. Sky chokes Queen Aminata in the corner with her foot for the allotted count time from the ref, and just as she did for her first, just as she does her first little bounce for the cartwheel into the elbow, I get ads. Well, Triller's version of ads, which is the intermission music over the Collision title card, and now I'm the one who's pissed. Excuse me. I have a self-made job here to do, here broadcasting people, and we can't just cut away to literally nothing in the middle of a match. This is why I end up hating the intermission music with authority. Because of moments like this, it becomes the soundtrack to my rage at the injustice of myself, and this must be stopped. How am I meant to do my job? Do I just make it up? No. So, excuse me while I skip forward. I missed a whole fucking minute of wrestling. How can I do my job if I miss a whole minute of wrestling? I timed your ass. A whole minute. We come back, and I'm salty as fuck because Sky Blue is now down, and out in the corner, Queen Aminata was just in, and the one and only has her in her sights and takes Sky's block off with a running boot to the mush. Queen Aminata goes for a decent pin, but Blue kicks out at 2, much to the Queen's annoyance. And just for that, I need to take a moment myself. The audacity! The audacity! Come on! Anyway, she goes for another great pin, but now it is Queen Aminata who kicks out at 2. Sky Blue mounts Queen Aminata again and hammers down forearms with a bone-chilling battle cry. Sky bounces off the ropes for momentum, but ends up being cracked in the skull with another headbutt from the Queen. Sky Blue goes straight down. The one and only head scissors Blue's head. Oh, yeah. The one and only head scissors Blue's head, and then slams her face repeatedly into her buns of steel, a move she calls chocolate kisses. Julia is no longer impressed, and Sky is knocked loopy. Queen Aminata missiles a knee through Sky, and the momentum sends Sky rolling out of the ring and out of Queen Aminata's grasp. Julia is right there, ready to protect her from the Queen. The Queen takes this as a challenge and rolls out of the ring. It was the perfect plan, though, because at the last possible moment, Julia steps aside and Sky Blue springs into action, slamming the Queen's face into the steel steps behind her. While Queen Aminata is dealing with that turn of events, Sky Blue scampers back into the ring, climbs the ropes, and flies at Queen Aminata on the outside with a double knee to the face. Ew. Sky rolls the Queen back into the ring and goes to hit her finisher, Code Blue. But Queen Aminata successfully blocks it, sits down on Blue, and squishes her up for a pin. Blue still has the power to kick out, though, at 2. I mean, that was a brilliant pin, but yeah, go Blue. A toe trip from Queen Aminata puts Sky in a dangerous place, and there is nothing she can do from stopping Queen Aminata's finisher off with her head from doing just that. Queen Aminata drags Sky by the leg into the middle of the ring, folds Sky Blue up in a very sexy pin. I blush, and Aminata gets the win. Oh. The crowd's happy, but Julia Hart is not. As Queen Aminata is getting her hand raised, Hart comes slinking into the ring. She walks right up behind her and says Aminata's name. The ref notices Hart is in the ring, and he gets the fuck out of there. The two stare each other down. Queen Aminata is giving Julia some fighting words, but Julia just stands there, silent, just looking at her the way she does. All of a sudden, Tekkla's music hits, and if I am getting this faction like I am getting my hopes up for right now, then it's going to be nothing but happy days for this Bixie. Tekla stomps to the ring in her casuals, blue jeans, a crop tee, and a leather jacket. You know, hot girl shit. Queen Aminata is like, okay, not the best timing, but I'll take you on. Picking such a tough wrestler to start shit with is ambitious, and I approve. I really wish Queen Aminata was a heel in this circumstance, because Dark Queen Aminata in this particular faction would really rock, because she's also dangerous. Oh, but no, we have to have some faces. She can just stay in the lovely happy rainbow corner. Queen Aminata now has 2 wrestlers of destruction on either side, but where's Blue? Oh, there she is. Blue rolls into the ring behind Queen Aminata and whacks her in the back of the head with a stiff forearm. All 3 of them just start beating down on Amanada, and no amount of bell ringing is going to stop them. I mean, when did that ever work? This trio of torture is having too much fun right now. But Tai J music's hits. And it looks like Queen Amanada is going to get some help. Ty Mello and Anna J are not alone. They bring with them a lead pipe and a plank of wood. All you need now is rope and a candlestick. Tekla, Blue, and Hart exit the ring. They check on Amanada, they being Tai J, and then go back to threatening the trio of torture. Megabad's music now hits. And yes, please, what is going on here, Miss Ford? Penelope and Megan come out to the entrance stage and stand at the end of the ramp, cutting off Tekla, Julia, and Sky's retreat, but not encroaching on them either. They just stand there, silently making their presence known to the other six wrestlers of their division. Probably just a little fun staunch out, for the moment, just so they don't forget who the true mega bads of this division are. Lexi Nair is back, and now that I can see her clearly, she is giving me Caribbean Mermaid, and I am loving it. She is interviewing Garcia and Daddy Magic, and we move on. Collision ends with the Battle of the Kyles, and this makes everyone very happy for like ever. Ah! So that little ending there of all three teams just like staring each other down. This is very, very interesting because these are potentially also two tag teams. This is also potential factions. I love myself a faction. I'm like, if you've got like a stacked roster, give yourself a faction. Different factions, different kinds of factions doing different fucking things, of course, duh. But like, have fun with it. Intergender factions. We need more of those. It's 2020 fucking five. Oh, goddamn. Like, didn't LAX, wasn't Mercedes Martinez in LAX? That was fucking cool. I just love myself a faction. I love myself an intergender faction. Give me more. Holy flying fraggles! Women's wrestling fans, are you ready to head back to Arena Mexico for CMLL and ROH's Global Wars? If you're anything like me, and I know that I am, then we are stoked to be back. YOSH! We get straight into it with a women's tag match between the team of Red Velvet and the Forever Champ, the Fallen Goddess, the ROH World Champion, Athena. Red Velvet is in bright red battle gear that goes perfectly with her belt. And Athena comes out in her very cool black battle jacket again, which has the purple and blue LEDs. Underneath it, she still has on that lovely blue and lime green. Really, really, really gives me like Jeff Hardy vibes gear. I freaking love it. She is all business tonight, though, and holds the ROH world title very high. They walk down the stairs in unison while the whole arena goes nuts. Absolutely nuts. They both battle pose in the ring with their title belts sparkling in the arena lights. Now, I love Red Velvet and Athena together as a team. Like, I do. They're great. But I honestly don't know how long their champion egos will be able to get along with each other. Just saying. The funky as fuck beats of Persephone's music hits and Arena Mexico goes crazy again. Persephone is in black battle gear accentuated with a white strappy collar in red and gold and also green. Absolutely appropriately sparkled everywhere. Persephone brings with her the CMLL Universal Amazons Championship and holds it up high so the light can shine on the title. And excuse me, that wasn't easy to just find out. A little bit of info, people. Thank you. I had to go. It was like 1:30 in the morning. Your girl's eyes were fucking tired. And she had to be like, really? I have to go hunting for this belt because I have to know what it is. Like, duh. Fucking hell. Doing some people's work for them. But the biggest pop out of all four wrestlers is definitely for the final competitor and Persephone's tag partner, Thunder Rosa. As soon as that riff kicks in, the crowd goes wild. And I mean, like, think Steve Austin glass breaking wild. Like, massive fucking pop. It was insane. Like, literally, I was wearing headphones and I could not hear the music over the screams. Literally could not hear Thunder Rosa's music at all. And that shit is brutal as fuck and loud. And yeah, couldn't fucking hear it. Thunder Rosa is in her purple and white cowboy chaps battle gear again. With Red Velvet and Persephone facing each other recently and Persephone winning, Red Velvet is no doubt looking for some sweet revenge. Thunder Rosa will be challenging Athena for her title soon. Those two will be wanting to deal some long-lasting damage to one another in this match. Athena and Thunder Rosa face each other first. The crowd give me literal goosebumps with those Thunder Rosa chants. They went hard. It's such a pity this match wasn't on Grand Slam just for everyone to experience that moment, you know? Not saying that, like, this wouldn't have an audience to watch the show, but just on, like, quote unquote, the main stage, just for everyone just to hear that amount of chanting for Thunder Rosa. It was, oh, it's a fucking moment. Athena knocks her down and instantly the crowd start to boo. The fallen goddess embraces the hate, of course, and slams Thunder Rosa's face into her corner's turnbuckle. Athena tags in Red Velvet and they quickly set up a double team, but instead of Athena being whipped into deal Thunder damage, Athena gets whipped into a boot from Thunder Rosa instead, and Athena collapses to the mat and rolls out of the ring to the floor. Red Velvet tries to get a shot in, but Thunder's quickness slips herself through the ropes and she avoids Velvet. Thunder Rosa unleashes a flurry of beautiful violence onto Red Velvet, arm dragging her all over the ring and chopping the breath out of her. She drags Velvet by the head to her corner's turnbuckle and bonks her on the face with the top turnbuckle and tags and Persephone, you know, one of those, hey, we're in there with bunk. They double team on Red Velvet with twin drop kicks and she scrambles to her corner to tag in Athena and gets the fuck out of that ring. Fair enough. The ROH World Champion walks right up to Persephone, who too is not intimidated by the Forever Champ. Athena gets all up in Persephone's face, and Persephone responds by shoving Athena to the mat. Athena then gets straight up to her feet, and the two wrestlers lock up into a test of strength. Athena shifts her weight and rocks backwards, bringing Persephone down with her. Athena then pushes Persephone up off of her with her feet, still not letting go of the grip they have on each other, by the way. Athena twists herself around and latches onto Persephone's body with her legs, rolls forward and sits down, smushing Persephone in a fantastically small package for the pin. Persephone still kicks out though. An awe-inspiring backslide crucifix pin bridging over your opponent combo for a pin is a wonder to watch because she does it so fluidly. But unfortunately for Persephone, Athena is very strong and she still kicks out of that very impressive pin. Athena knows she has to act quickly and goes for a springboard crossbody, but Persephone does a trick well known to the Forever Champ, and she yoinks Athena out of the air. Didn't see that coming. Persephone plants her feet and then releases Athena's legs for a side slam, but Athena quickly turns that into an arm drag, and she avoids the power move. Persephone is in the corner, and she would wish she were in a different place because Athena missiles her foot right through her head. Persephone shakes it off quickly, though, and counters the whip into the corner, arm drags Athena to the mat, and counters Athena's Hurricane Runner with a roll-up that just gets it. The two wrestlers clash again in the ring until Athena gets frustrated and knife chops Persephone in the throat, which stops all momentum. Athena pushes her into her team's corner and tags in Red Velvet, while still hammering forearms down on Persephone. Red Velvet joins in and the crowd boo as they double team with shenanigans. It's just a quick tag, and this will be a tradition in this match between these two. Red Velvet lays in some stiff hands on Persephone and then tags back in Athena. When the ref scolds her for using closed fists, mind you, Athena lays in a couple of stiff knees to the face of Persephone and then tags Red Velvet back into the ring. Red Velvet mocks the crowd and taunts them while choking Persephone out on the ropes. Velvet rattles Persephone with a stiff kick and she collapses onto Brett's healing rope of power. Brett, no, not Brett. Red Velvet runs to the. Imagine he just randomly just came out of the rope and just ran to it. Anyway, Red Velvet runs to the ropes and almost catapults herself to the moon, but instead rockets herself through the back of Persephone's head, and Red takes her down to the mat for a pin. Like literally, no shit. When when Red Velvet like ran to the ropes to like get that whole like momentum, but doing like she literally, it looked like she almost fucking like. They look so fucking springy. It was insane. Those lucha ropes, man. You got to be careful up there. Persephone is still with it though, and she kicks out of the pin at 2. Red Velvet tags back out to Athena, who brings Persephone out of the corner by her head and flips her down to the mat. Athena then gives her a stiff kick to the back. Persephone cried out in pain from this impact. Thunder Rosa is doing everything she can to try and get Persephone over to her for a very life-saving tag. Athena is having too much fun though and throws Persephone back into her corner and tags Red Velvet back in. They have a little stump party and then Red Velvet brings Persephone out into the ring. She fucks up when going to the ropes again though, because this time Red Velvet springboards herself into a stiff flying clothesline from Persephone. Persephone finally reaches Thunder Rosa and the crowd erupts with cheers. At the same time, Red Velvet has made it over to Athena and tags her in. The two titans of wrestling collide in the middle of the ring. Or more specifically, Athena collides with Thunder Rosa's clothesline 3 times in a row. The final blow sending Athena rolling onto the mat, leaning up against the bottom rope, which if you are facing Thunder Rosa is not the ideal place to be chilling. Thunder bounces off the ropes and missile drop kicks Athena in the face. Thunder Rosa gets Athena over for a beautiful bridging Northern Light suplex for a pin, but Red Velvet gets into the ring and breaks it up before it can get to 3. Thunder grabs a handful of the Forever Champs here and brings her to the corner to tag in Persephone. Persephone climbs the ropes while Thunder Rosa gives Athena a lung blower. Persephone flies at Athena with a wonderful drop kick, perfectly on point, and Thunder scurries over to fold Athena up for the pin. It's a great pin, but Red Velvet again manages to break it up. Red Velvet grabs Persephone and throws her out of the ring. She then goes over to Thunder Rosa and whips her into the corner. Follows and smushes her with a body splash and then lays in forearms. Ref, Red ain't the legal competitor as far as I know. What are you doing? Thunder has to take matters into her own hands and she hits the ROH Tally Champ over the top rope and out onto the apron. Athena is then instantly on Thunder and brings her over to her corner. Athena tags in Red Velvet and then hits the despicable knee onto Thunder. Red Velvet lands one of her finishes, the mix, and goes for the pin on Thunder, and Persephone saves it for her team this time. Persephone battles with Red Velvet and she pushes her forward, making Red and Athena clash heads, and Athena is down on the apron. Persephone carries Red Velvet to the center of the ring and gives Red a painful for her but beautiful for us to watch release fall away slam. The crowd cheers. Whoa! And Persephone unleashes a battle cry from the depths. But as soon as she turns around and holy flying fraggles, Athena flies from the mountains down upon and yoinks Persephone's head into the O-face. Woo! Athena flew so fucking far. She is so damn cool. Not having her on AEW tally is a crime against humanity, and I would like this to please stop. Thank you, and all of that. We should get a little petition going. Put Athena on the tally. Athena gets a running knee to the face from Thunder Rosa, and Red Velvet attempts to stir it up again, but Thunder ducks the kick, rolls Red Velvet into a tasty little package, and Thunder Rosa gets the win. everyone in the arena, apart from two people, are very happy about this. And the entire crowd goes wild. That was really fun to see that. I loved watching that match. That was a hell of a lot of fun. I recommend you go see that. However way you can. I am not judging and or endorsing anything, any watcher of whatever. Thunder Rosa and Athena have fought before back in 2022 in Warrior Wrestling, actually. That match went to a time limit draw at 30 minutes, I would like to add. Many levels have been added to both women's repertoires since then, so I expect a top tier fight out of this one. Who knows? Maybe another. Oof. I never want to wish a time limit draw onto a match, but could be interesting. Mercedes Moné has not faced Timeless before, but Sasha Banks has faced Tony Storm twice, actually, over on Wubbly Wubbly live shows. And they have also teamed up on the Smacketh of Downeth to face Charlotte. Charlotte? Charlotte, char grilled Charlotte, and Shotzi. What was the storyline there, people? If anyone can fill me in on that one, let me know. Tony Storm's last match in the Wubbly Wubbly was a triple threat match at a live for Char Grilled Charlotte's SmackDown title. And Sasha Banks was the third competitor in that. They did that match 2 nights in a row, and then that was it. So their all-in fight will be their true first proper match against each other at their highest skill levels currently. Same thing with Athena and Thunder Rosa, which is very exciting. Are we getting the Athena Thunder Rosa match at All In? Where is that? I can't even know off the top of my head. This is something I probably should have pondered earlier, and therefore I would have been able to answer my own questions. But, future Bixie can answer my questions later. Since there are so many firsts going on, what I would like to talk about before we end this lovely little episode here, my little cherubs, the first Black American women's champion, Jacqueline. An absolute favorite in my house. Absolute favorite. Jacqueline trained for only 8 months before making her in-ring debut on tally, mind you. Her debut was on tally for the WCCW. She was put in the spotlight straight away, though. They put her over in that match. That's bonkers, though. That's some fucking early territory. Well, I guess it was early territory shit. It's just binoculars. She was always very athletic though, and she states the Von Erichs were definitely like her inspiration for getting into wrestling and all that kind of stuff. She really loved doing intergender stuff and really getting she trained with guys at first, and they didn't go soft on her at all, which is wonderful if you're training wrestling, unless it's going into obviously the abuse side of things. But that's just common sense. We know that. But after her little thing in WCCW, she shimmied over to FCW in Japan. If you guys remember, I have briefly spoken about FCW before, and I cannot wait to do a little deep dive in on them, because that is where fuck tons of iconic Joshi have come from. Iconic Joshi death matches have come from. Those women, if you think Joshi hit hard, FCW Joshi hit even harder. It is beautiful, and they've been doing this for fucking years. Going over to Japan is just as important back then for your craft as it is now, still to this day. I would also probably put in that just touring in general is great for your craft as well. I could imagine. She came back to America, and then she cut her teeth even further in Tennessee. I think it was in like fucking Jerry Lawler's promotion. Fuck, I hate that guy. She even shaved her head after losing a hair versus hair match in that promotion against dirty white girl Kim Anthony. What a fucking name. That was an intergender match as well, but not even Jacqueline could remember who her tag team partner was, and the internet doesn't seem to know either, from what I saw. That you know me and the whole like shaved head stuff in wrestling. I always, yeah, it never goes well. It always just gives me the ick, especially because it's always a woman losing their hair. Jacqueline did apparently, in her own words, get paid well for that, but I would also like to know what your comprehension of being paid well was, considering you weren't even being paid that much in general for wrestling. So I mean, it all grew back and it looks gorgeous now, but ugh, I hope it was worth it, honey. She doesn't deny it. I mean, deny it? Why would she deny it? She doesn't, seem, to worry about it. So, her life, but it just gives me the ick. Mm. Jacqueline, as we all know, won the title in 1998 on a WWF episode of Raw is War by defeating Sublette. The world title was vacant at the time, actually. I think this was when I think, oh my God, this was the match to bring it back, actually, after another time that they had like gotten rid of it. Jacqueline says, in her own words, that she had a lot of fun working with Mark Mirror and Sublette. Yeah, apparently everything was really fine with like their working relationship and stuff. Jacqueline herself like personally hated doing the bikini matches. As you could imagine, she just wanted to wrestle. She didn't want to like do all this parading around stuff. And I know I give Subla shit, but like I have to say, when you see like there was this like evening gown match that the two did. And at the end of the match, I forget who won. I think Jacqueline won that one. She was in a lovely red number. But then like Sable just like, I mean obviously because she's been told to, just like undoes like her dress at the end of it, and she's just in like this skimpy little like lingerie, like another little bustier, with the G-string and everything, and she's like doing her whatever the grind thing is, and it's just like, oh my God, you look like meat on display for like just a whole bunch of men of varying ages. And obviously, other sort of predatorial, women can be predatorial as well. Just a bunch. It looks so bad. So bad. 'Cause I tried to put myself in her position, right? And just being in the middle of that ring and just everywhere you look and you're just in this and ooh, and then that just opens up all these doors for like people to say all this kind of stuff to you as well, because they think that they can, because you've shimmied your tits and ass on like in the middle of like just normal television. Normal television for wrestling. You know what I mean. But yeah, I digress. The whole Jackie basically dominated that whole match against Sublet, as she would. She actually said she didn't have any hand in training Sublet, which would have been great if she had. I think that would have really helped her out. Sable gives Jacqueline her saber bum. Mark Mero has come to ringside, of course, with Jacqueline, as they were doing that thing at the time. Mark grabs Sublet's feet while she is suplexing Jacqueline back into the ring, and Jacqueline lands on top of Sublet. And while Mark is keeping a hold of Sublet's feet, Jackie then gets the pin. So it's not even like it's an assisted win, and that's the win, and that's how we get the title back. The title isn't even awarded to Jacqueline afterwards either. It's not even there. Like, I was like, where the fuck is this title? This is for a title. Like, Sublet doesn't have it. Jacqueline obviously doesn't have it because this is where she wins it. Where the fuck is the goddamn title. So I have no idea what orifice that title was shoved up, but it wasn't at ringside. And Jacqueline was not awarded it, which is so bollocks. So fucking bollocks. No title belt, which means that she cannot get her championship moment in the middle of the ring, which is like one of the whole things about like, it's one of the steps of like becoming the world champion. The world champion. You get your moment, you hold your championship up, you go, you look at it, you do whatever, like, physical activity you want with it, you hold it up again for a moment, and then you walk out with your title. Jackie walked out with a Miro. I'm sorry, Mark Miro, but that's not a title. You are not a title belt. So that sucks. That sucks a lot. Sabla is left to just be mad as hell in the ring while Jackie and her man literally almost skip with joy up the ramp. Up the ramp? Up the ramp. They get interviewed on the ramp and Mark Miro is the one that speaks. Jackie doesn't even say anything. This only just occurred to me as I was about to say the line right now. This is shenanigans. I'm sorry, Jackie. If you're not outraged by it, I will be outraged by it for you. I'll be fine with it. Mark Miro says that they're going to go to Disneyland. Fuck me. Oh, dear. Also, who else out there remembers that fucking clump of fake blonde hair that Jacqueline put in her own hair because it was like literally like cut from Sable's? Oh my God. That thing just grew and grew every single week. Almost like this horsetail just like coming out of nowhere. And it was so scabby. And it looked like it got in the way all the fucking time. And it looked so goddamn budget. Whoever came up with that idea literally only committed half-ass to it. It was so I fucking hated that. That drive me nuts. Like that literally made me bad. However old I was at the time, I was watching this and I'm like, look what they're fucking doing. Jacqueline, just pull it out. Just pull it out of here. Someone pull that thing out. Please run away with it. You know how like some heels run away with the title? Someone run away with that blonde fucking rat's nest you got going on in your in your head. Oh, I hated that so much. Jacqueline was also the first holder of the USWA Women's Championship after winning a tournament. It was, and she has won that USWA Women's Championship 14 times. I had no idea. This is why you need to, this is why they need to, like give history to a wrestler. I know the Wobbly has been like this the whole time. It's like you come through the doors of the Wobbly, all of your past whatevers is like washed off you. You are a new babe being birthed out of the Wobbly birth canal. And everything that you've done in your past life is no longer attached to you until we kick you out. And there you have something to jump onto. But no, you cannot take any of your achievements from us with you either. That also stays in the reverse birthing canal. And that just sucks. I love that AEW doesn't do that. Back then, when she won all those USWA women's titles, she was wrestling under the name Miss Texas. Julia, you darling, move away. And I have just realized something. When people used to, what was it in? Was it in WCW? Did they used to like say like, Miss Texas or something? Because for some way, me thinking that she actually had won Miss Texas, the whole beauty pageant thing. I fully thought that she was an ex-Miss Texas, and literally, no shit, like totally honest, it wasn't until writing for this that I realized that was actually her ring name. Oh. But we can just keep the law in Divaville, okay? Love it. Unfortunately, what am I unfortunately about? Oh, no, I'm not unfortunately. I'm going back up to that Miss Texas doohickey. Jacqueline would win the world championship twice, the wobbly one. She held it twice. And she also held the cruiserweight title for 12 times. So it would just be her and China who have done that, I think. She was also a one-time UWF Women's World Champion too. So she's got a lot of championships under her belt. The Wubbles has a working relationship with USWA, and Jackie went over there to film some promo stuff with the Double of J under the name Winona. Unfortunately, she left before debuting due to an injury. In WCW, Jacqueline was the manager for Kevin Sullivan. She was in the what? Whoa! Why is his faction just gone completely out of my brain? You know what it is. It will come to me at like after I finish recording, and would help with body slamming duties. She would later go on to manage Harlem Heat, which I completely forgotten about, and had a feud with the Frisco Inferno, which she would win at Halloween Havoc's 97. This next sentence makes me mad on multiple levels. Jacqueline would win her second Wobbly Wobblies Women World Championship off of Harvey Whippleman. When did that happen? Who had won it off of Miss Kitty. Moving on. And he was calling himself Hervina. Jacqueline lost her title to a nobody with no experience in the ring. She only ends up beating Jacqueline because DX stick their sticky fingers into Jacqueline's business. Full disclosure, right here, right now, I will never be covering that women's title reign ever. It is a disgrace, and even my light wants nothing to do with it. Okay. Gail Kim on a regular episode of no, hang on. Jacqueline went to TNA and competed in their first ever women's steel cage match against Gail Kim. And the light's back. See, the light likes Gail Kim. Thank you, Gail Kim, for bringing the light back on. On a regular episode of Impact, that's what the regular episode, a steel cage match, a women's steel cage match on a regular episode of Impact. I gotta check that out. I don't know if I probably have seen that in the past, but I gotta see it probably. During that match, Jackie's two front teeth were knocked out. Ow! Fuck! Speaking of two front teeth, right? Because that's gotta freaking hurt. Ow! Beat. Does anyone else remember when like Claudio like headbutted the turnbuckle and the wobbly wobbly and his two front teeth went straight up into his jaw? Oh, that see, okay. My light doesn't want to hear about that either. Sorry, light. Sorry, light. Moving on. Jackie has a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo and is a one-time Independent Association of Women's Wrestling champion. She is legit. Okay, apparently that. Aha! I knew it. That sacrifice of good information would bring back the light. Jacqueline's signature moves were a float over DDT, a bridging release German suplex, a tornado DDT, and a guillotine choke. Very, very impressive. And did we see any of that? Yeah, probably. Jackie became a referee for a bit, and that I fully remember. That made me mad. And then she managed Beer Money in TNA for a bit. That was quite sweet. She is now, oh, okay, the light didn't like that one either. She is now, as of last September 2024. I'm sorry, everyone. She did it. You probably all knew this by now already, but she has done it. She has sold her soul and has signed a Legends contract with the Wobbly Wobbles. Thank you, Light, for shining light on such a dark moment. It really is a pity she never got to have a proper pro wrestling match that didn't come with some sort of bollock stipulation or some sort of like interference from some other guy. She was super talented and deserved better. She looks great now, though. I forgot. Oh, I really wish I'd remembered who was doing it. I was watching. Oh, see, even the light's torturing me now. I wish I'd checked out who was doing that interview. I was having internet problems before, so I forgot to write it down. But I was watching a very cool shoot interview with her like 4 years ago. Obviously before all this wrestling legend stuff. Hey, get money. I hope you're getting paid well. See? Shining light on good money. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully you're getting all of that cash. Miss Jacqueline loves you. Mwah. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this week's discussion, my little sickos? If you so wish, you can leave them in the comment box of the appropriate sections of wherever you are. I better get this quick because this light is like when you're at an awards ceremony and they're like flashing at you to shut the fuck up. Let me know if any women's wrestlers or any women's matches you would like me to talk about down in the comments. And if you would be so kind while you're down there, thank you, Light, for liking and subscribing whilst you were down there. I'd be very grateful. We are trying to get to 500 subs. YOSH, ganbatte. We can do it together. We are almost at 100, which is like super fucking cool. So now we need to do that 5 times more of it. Okay, let's get going. Oh, Light, stay with me, please. You can find moi lurking at Threads. What's my handle? Oh, yeah, at Bex_Bastet and under a tree at Blue Sky, which is at Bextet. At Bextet, no, ignore me, at Bex-Bastet. Thank you, Light. Today, I want to shout out More Women's Wrestling. That is one word on all of the platforms. They are doing good things and promoting the women's division. So please go follow. We are all on a mission, people. Thank you again to always my wonderful, excellent producer, Shane, my editor, producer extraordinaire, who has to deal with all my madness. Go check out some of his work on the Ethos Media Network. You will not be disappointed. Go check out sickosclub.com. They have a whole bunch of cool shit there. And Sickos Club on Threads. You've never met a more inclusive, smart, kind, and talented bunch of silly sausages until you've hooked up with the Sickos. I'm going to go before this light flashes on and off one more time. This was Don't Call Me Diva. Women's wrestling rules. Don't be a dick.